Welcome to this presentation. This is my entrance into the Natty Light competition. As you can see here, here is the tab that I downloaded from the website, and I will take you to the presentation that I prepared for this video. The Natty Light competition 2019. Now the due date is actually May 18th, but I decided to outline my thoughts and put together a presentation as a storyboard for my entrance. We will see how this video goes and whether or not I will upload this version of the Natty Light competition video. College is for epic stories, not for epic debt. Here's my outline. Basically, I'm going to talk to you about 6 different things regarding my inspiration, the reason why I wanted to go to college. And those 6 things outlined here include the introduction, where I was told my student loans are paid in full, how I plan on tackling my student loan debt, how I found out about the Natty Light competition, this opportunity, what inspired me to go to college. I highlight some of my college experience and even tell some positive beer stories, and then I end with a thank you. Your loans are paid in full. One day, I checked my account online and found that my student loan payment balance was 0. As of July 24th, 2018, all of my loans had been completely paid off. Was this too good to be true? Was I seeing things? As you can see from the screenshot, my online account shows that I have a 0 balance to the left. To the right, you can see the details showing the 0 balance, how much was paid off, how much was due, and honestly, I was going to make this bigger, but some of the slides aren't available to see. I decided to make a phone call. I decided to call my servicer and find out if what I was seeing online was real. After going through the process of selecting different options, I finally talked to an automated voice, and by the end of my search, he said, "Your loans are paid in full." I was so excited. First, I was taken aback. I decided to hang up and call back again to find out if what he said was true. I called them back, and after going through the sequence of options, the loan servicer said, "Your loans are paid in full." Here's my reaction. Of course, at first I was shocked. How could this happen? I don't even remember paying such a large amount toward that debt. And I thought maybe the military came through anyway, or maybe they think I'm dead, so I don't have to pay. Then I was relieved. If this was true, I reasoned, I'm virtually debt-free and I can go on with my life without the burden of student loan debt. Finally, I became elated. I was so tempted to tell everybody about the good news that I was basically debt-free. But then recently I received a pop-up on my phone telling me that I should check out my credit score. I logged into my email account, visited the website, and found that my student loans were still listed. I found that none of my credit cards that I had paid off or that remained were listed in my credit report, but somehow whatever I owe the Department of Education, it was still there. I still had to pay up. So the good news turned bad. I still have a plan. There are about 3 ways that I can tackle my student loan debt so far. And these 3 ways include obtaining a PSLF position. PSLF stands for Public Service Loan Forgiveness. I will go into detail in the next slide. I can also join the military. And finally, I can compete in the Natty Light contest and possibly win $40,000. By obtaining a full-time paid position with a nonprofit F5013C organization or a government organization, I would be eligible for the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. After 10 years of qualifying payments, the rest of my student loans will be forgiven. My second option was basically my original go-to. I was planning to join the military anyway when I entered college about halfway through my college experience. The GI Bill would cover my expenses up to $60,000. Finally, there's the Natty Light competition. All I have to do is upload a video, this one right here, to all of my social media platforms, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, etc., explaining what inspired me to go to college. And by doing this, I will have a chance at winning $40,000, being one of the 12, or I could be one of the 58 and win $10,000 toward my student debt. So how exactly did I find out about this competition? I will go into that next. Natural Light Beer. An interesting article popped up in my mobile feed, featuring a story about a company who committed themselves to donating $10 million over the next 10 years to address America's crippling student loan debt. I searched Google for related articles confirming Natural Light's ambitions and detailing entrance requirements. What exactly inspired me to go to college? I've heard it said several times that college is not for everyone. However, for me personally, the understanding of college came with it the opportunity to engage in hope. College implicitly promises hope for a better future, along with career preparation, knowledge, friendship, and maturity. The opportunity to discover who you are. There was no debate. In high school, I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I was definitely going to college. Here are some of the highlights of my college experience. Okay, so the rules do outline that you must be enrolled in a university or a college within the past 10 years. I graduated from Bowie State University in May of 2009. I graduated with honors, and I basically started off my college career in community college. I started with Anne Arundel Community College, located here in Anne Arundel County, and I wanted to transfer to a four-year university. I met an Air Force officer at a career fair on campus who explained to me that the Air Force could pay off all of my student bills if I joined the ROTC program. After the ROTC program, I would become an officer in the military, guaranteeing a career after graduation. So after 2 years at AACC, I took the AFOQT exam, the Air Force Officer Qualifying Test. I did the physical. I transferred to Bowie State University, and in order for me to participate in the Air Force ROTC, I needed to complete paperwork, an intercollegiate agreement between the University of Maryland College Park and Bowie State University. During my first semester, I traveled between College Park and Bowie State University to engage in ROTC-related activities while attending regular classes. The next year, I was inducted into the honors program with my younger sister, and I was also given a part-time position to offset my college expenses. My sister and I made great long-lasting friends. As you can see, we called ourselves the Sweet 200. We had game nights, and we supported each other throughout the biggest events of our lives. In 2009, I participated in a fellowship for the Department of State. I was one out of 4 students selected to participate in this fellowship that was founded by Secretary Condoleezza Rice. My responsibilities included economic and trade-related research, paving the way to graduate research. If I had not attended Bowie State University, or college in general, I would not have been available or have known about opportunities that would help me engage in world-changing tasks. Here are some pictures from my internship. Those are some of my colleagues there. And here's a clip from the Washington Post, which featured an article talking about the 4 students who were selected from Bowie State University to increase diversity in the diplomatic realm. Finally, some beer stories. Let's lighten it up a little bit. I stayed in the apartments at Bowie State University. I stayed in Krista McCullough. One night, my roommates decided to have a small get-together, and they invited some of their friends. They made their version of spaghetti and meatballs. We won't go into the details of how that turned out. They did serve beer. I didn't have any, but a young man tried it. He basically gagged and decided he hated it, and then after making a big deal, he asked for another beer. Sometime later, I met a young man in my English class who we became friends, and his family invited my sister and I over to his house for dinner. They also served spaghetti and meatballs, but instead of serving beer as the beverage, they served beer bread, and it was really good. Within the last 3 years, my family has started experimenting with brining our meats. One day we decided to brine ribs in beer and then slather it with barbecue sauce and of course cook it. We baked it. The result, it was a strong, tangy taste on tender meat. It was really good. Thank you for the opportunity to participate in this competition. I hope that I will be one of the 12 who receives that $40,000 to pay off half of my debts. If not, then hopefully I will be one of the 58 to gain that $10,000. Again, college is for epic stories, not epic debts. You can follow me on Twitter, follow my Legendary Lily account. You can follow me on Instagram, or you can also follow me on LinkedIn and even YouTube. I look forward to hearing about the results, and again, thank you for this opportunity to share with you the reason why I decided to go to college.